On an afternoon in February, I opened Overwatch for the first time in a couple of months, and saw an ad in the Blizzard launcher. Tryouts for the Overwatch World Cup team. Oh well, I'm gold, and I don't even play this game consistently enough to even consider entering a tournament. Unless... That's a fucking dub! They're pushing. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, corner them, this is good. Hi, my name's Slammerson, and I'm pretty mediocre at video games. Sure, I play a lot of video games, but I could never play professionally. So what would happen if me and my friends, who are all ranked around gold, entered a tournament for professionals? You're about to find out, because that's exactly what we did, bucko. But first, what does every good team have in common? That's right, a baller team name and logo. As suggested by Super Pooper, our team tank, our team name became the Thronglers, as we throngle anything that gets in our way. As for our logo, a more creative approach was taken by OWWC. It's a masterpiece. Now, the team I put together for this tourney doesn't even win games in normal competitive, so how are we going to win a game against a team of pro players? It's simple really. We devised a few strategies to fool the enemy and secure our victory. Now all we had to do was practice them. Yeah, we didn't practice them at all. Watch some of this Clone Wars gameplay we played instead. Of course, we also played some Doom Sumo. The tournament was the next day, and we had nothing to show for our efforts, other than a really awesome logo and name. All we could really do at this point was hope for the best. It was tournament day, and who we were going to verse was released. A team called Lang Zai. Yeah, we're fucked. Now if you don't know much about esports or gaming in general, Asians dominate the competition. If you ever see an Asian name on the enemy team, you know you're probably about to lose. And we had to verse a whole team of them for our first game. You could say we're pretty nervous. The time for our game to begin grew closer, and we're invited to the game. As we sat in the lobby, some shenanigans started to stir with the other team. What does Thronglers mean, haha?
We win in Cantonese.
They don't know who Luke is.
Don't fucking
Who the fuck is Luke?
Excuse me.
Dude, that is too close.
Oh, dude, that's way too close. What the fuck?
Dude, that's
What
not
the
even near your
fuck?
house, bro.
I know, but still. 5 Throngler Avenue, man. Hold on.
Oh god.
But after enough fooling around, we checked the ranks of the enemy and concluded that they were probably on Smurf accounts. These are all Smurf accounts. Oh, they actually might be Smurf accounts.
They probably are. We're probably about to get our ass kicked.
Nah, come on, we gotta go in confident.
There was nothing we could do now, we just had to try our best. Then the game started. The first map would be Antarctic Peninsula, which personally I had never played on before. So this was going to be tough to learn the map and devise a strategy at the same time.
Dude, get this soldier, he's kind of on his own.
Just wrap around and get the soldier, dude.
Yeah, see the soldier.
He's
Nice,
dead.
nice, nice.
Move in.
Stars up.
Zar.
Oh, should I?
Zarya was by herself.
Zar?
Kill McCree. McCree's still in. McCree's
McCree
still in.
one.
Okay, Mercy.
Skinner res.
Got it.
Up top, Zara up top.
Nice.
Go, boys.
Let's go.
Won the point. It was time to put a first strategy into play. The Mei Ice Wall Shadow. For those who don't know, the Mei Ice Wall Shadow involves Mei putting up an ice wall, Reinhardt getting behind it, and then as the ice wall is demolished, Reinhardt uses his ultimate, catching the enemy off guard.
This soldier.
Ice Wall Shadow. If you're gonna shatter, Ice Wall Shadow.
Break the shield.
I don't have ice.
Monkey out of here.
I don't have ice wall yet.
With not having practiced this strategy, our team was off sync and we didn't manage to pull it off. And while we were distracted, Cassidy killed us from behind. With the game going back and forth, by the end it was 99% for both teams. It was anyone's game.
Dude, they popping everything. Oh, fucking.
Shield up, Cody.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Shoot monkey, shoot monkey. Yeah, we have to touch.
Oh, so much damage.
I have no
Where's
juice.
this soldier?
I think that's
Dude, we have to...
guys. DPS needs to
We're winning this.
Come down,
Come
Luke.
on, guys.
They
I
res
got
monkey.
97 on shatter. Think you can survive?
Monkey.
I don't know. Come on. This is gonna be a game winning shatter.
Come here.
Whoa.
Just charge. Shatter!
Yes!
Kill.
Kill monkey.
Okay, monkey's dead.
Oh my god, that was a game.
No, they're both equal.
Low. That's a fuck job! With a round winning shatter, we had taken the first round of this map. Going into the second round, we decided to go with the old faithful dive comp. So here's a little montage of how that's played out. With a win under our belt, we had one more win to progress to the next stage of the tournament. The enemy team chose to play Junkertown. We were on defense first, so we decided to hide and then hit them with a surprise attack. They're pushing. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, Anna behind. Anna low.
Get the ammo.
Nice, on the dead.
Far.
Get Kiriko.
Get Kiriko, no healers.
Fire killed me. Fire.
Killed him, got him!
Wait, why did I throw my spear directly in the...
Kill Genji, put him down.
Fucking job.
Oh, I'm mythic these spears. Oh, shit.
Both windows can be reached. Come back.
Yeah.
Don't let him get behind us. Cody, don't let him get behind us. Come back.
I need it for the last
I think it's just... Yeah, it's just something. Dude, we are actually cracked at this game.
After we lost a point and then took it back, we held them until the end of the first round. At the start of our attacking round, we took the high ground and ran to attack them as fast as we could, and pretty much pushed it all the way to the end. Shield up. No,
Ow.
we were gonna use the high ground.
Oh,
Drop
shit.
down. Just
Sorry.
all our progress negated.
Oh god.
Okay, push someone push payload.
Yeah, I am.
Just go
Kill
right.
Orisa won!
One.
Nice!
Okay.
Now
Oh,
push!
God.
Push!
Res, dude.
Left side!
They
Stop
resing.
res.
Sam. Alright, go.
Nice!
Yes.
We go back! Come on!
Yeah, we gotta go back, Who is alive?
Junkrat and
Yeah,
I'm the
Kiriko or
only one who
someone?
died.
Been gone. I can afford. They're gonna drop. Hold on.
I'll boop him back up.
But they're not going to.
No, right side, Surgeon. Left side.
Mercy low. Mercy one.
Oh, dude. This is filthy. Oh my god. Absolutely ridiculous. You guys are like rats, you'll just climb the wall.
I'm trying to fucking get up, dude.
I'll come after them.
Coming down.
I wanted to chase the sim off.
Push!
I'm getting
Kill!
fucking arrested
Oh,
in a
fuck.
corner. Just wait out the barrows.
I'm flanking right now.
Orisa's low. Nah, she pop shift. She's actually pretty good Orisa. What am I
Oh,
getting down?
Lucio half, Lucio
That's
half,
him, dude.
Lucio half.
Hey, Orisa
Sim's just behind.
She's dead.
Oh no, you guys
Junkrat up top behind! Junkrat behind!
Oh
Nice, we win
We
that.
got it. We won.
no.
I got my ult
Nah.
fucking in.
Unbelievable. We had actually won our matchup, and the celebration commenced. However, now looking back on it, I don't think they are a count of Smurfs, and the Asian name Lang Zai translates to white rice in Cantonese, so I don't know if maybe it's a fluke or maybe these guys were just bad. But in the second match, the reality of being the worst team in Overwatch would set in. Yeah, we lost, and I'm pretty sure that was a Grandmaster team by the looks of their ranks. Our victory from the first match was short-lived and we were promptly kicked from the competition. But I think there's a lesson to be learned from this experience. Always try, even if there's no hope at all. Nah, I think a better lesson would be, don't waste your time on tournaments you have no chance of winning.